A very present and delightful good afternoon to all faculty members and classmates. I am Rajat Upadhyay of Section 5 with my teammates, and we are here to present a CMTP case analysis on Indian First Life Insurance driving growth with competency mapping. Can you change the slide, sir? Let me give an overview what we are going to discuss in this presentation. Introduction to IFLI, Vision 2020, Employee as a Differentiator, Competency Management, Competency Mapping and Career Progression, behavioral competency, organizational structure, alternative strategy, capability development exercise, competency framework, and challenges and recommendation. Sort of slide change. Let's start with introduction to IFLI. IFLI is an insurance company which was started in November 2009. Its headquarters is situated at Mumbai. This insurance company is a joint venture of two banks, that is Bank of Baroda and Andhra Bank, and one UK-based financial company, that is Legal and General. In the 100% share of the company, where 44% share belongs to Bank of Baroda and 30% to the Andhra Bank, and remaining 26% to the Legal and General. Or, thank you. iFly crossed rupees 2 billion turnover in its commencement itself. In fiscal year 2014-15, iFly ranked 19 position in the industry. After that, iFly used the bank assurance model with a relation between insurance company and a bank to sell the insurance to its customer, operating through 9,900 bank branches across 1,000 cities in India, which implement it to the 13th rank in the fiscal year 2015 and 16. Uh, Ms. Visakha Maheshwari joined the iFly on March 2015 as a managing director and chief executive officer. After joining, she observed the company condition, working behavior, and their employee work, and she found that there is a need to push the employee to the next level for the growth of the company. So she decided to lead the company to get included in the top five insurance company in the to the year 2020 and be the largest insurance provider in the country. Okay, Vision 2020. The next topic is Vision 2020. A vision is completed only when company employee take it as their mission. So Mr. Praveen Menon, Chief People Officer, and Mrs. Visakha Maheshwari, MD and CEO of the company, decided to lead the employee to understand how they contribute to achieve their Vision 2020. So IFLI started their vision with the theme of securing life and creating value, and also define its value to its employee with making of think new, do more, be honest, and be helpful. This value will encourage the employee to do demonstration and be a non-negotiable for the company. The next topic over to you, Ritu.
Thank you, Rajat. Good afternoon, teachers. Now, our next topic is employees as a differentiator. First, India idea of employees as a rational. According to the manner, nobilities and innovations which is offered by insurance companies were of short life because it is controlled by Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. Hence, Menon comes to a conclusion that is Vision 2020 can be achieved only because of us employees. Therefore, he started focusing on the employees who could give a new continuous innovation ideas and support. In this way, they can create a huge difference between the customer as compared to the other insurance sector. After thinking about the above, the certain facts he rational about the ideas of employees as a differentiator. Next, finding competition through innovative ideas. Since insurance sector is a very competitive market and almost 24 companies compete and offer almost similar products with a very little price difference. And it becomes a very important thing also. Hence, in such competitive environment, the only way to achieve its vision is to focus on continuous creative and innovative ideas from its employees. As, as as well as to offer high quality customer services and satisfaction. Next one, customer mindset. Our customer is very much concerned about the speed and the settlement of the claim. As well as we all know, servicing a policy is more critical and crucial than selling a price. Hence, an organization can create the more difference when it followed the right set of process and increasing its customers with new and innovative ideas. Hence, they conclude Hence, they conclude that to get success in a vision, 2020, I started focusing on employees as a differentiator ideology. My next to over to
Thank you so much, Ritu. Am I audible?
Yes.
So I would like now come on to the topic of competency management. So every competency management is basically set of management practices that identify and optimize skills and competencies that are required to deliver to any organization. So skills and talent and competency are three bullet points that are mostly highlighted in the competency management. So these are we have to underline the characteristics that give rise to skill accomplishment. So the main focus of the accomplishment of this competency framework was on employees only. So the basically we need to work on the skills and the talent of the employees and try to improve them as much as possible. So now I would like to take over the slide to Anshu.
sorry, that is my Sonu.
Sorry, Ritu.
Okay, thank you, Sonu. Now our topic is competency mapping and career progression. First, formation of CST means competency system team. Mr. Menon decided to form a team which will define a new role expectations to employ at different level of the organization. This CST team very soon understood the IFLIS expectations from employees. Hence, this team developed a tentative list of existing of the employees with the expectations of their new role. This alignment was very crucial of IFLI to achieve its Vision 2020. For this alignment, they started creating a list of roles along with their corresponding skills required which Menon could share with the employees. Next one, allegation or assignation of new according to the competency of employees. It was not only about the getting new role expectations, it was also about the alignment of these role expectations with the process. Hence, the team carefully crafted the balancing act between process and role expectations for visual and competitive growth. And it was very challenging to develop these balance act at all the levels. After this, the next step was to do competency diagnostic and skill gap analysis to determine whether the employees have defined skill according to the need. Hence, to resolve these issues, Menon started tracking career progression with their competencies and started rewarding them according to their competency and the work. Next, linking employees' career progression with their competencies. Mr. Menon shared the idea of competency mapping with Mr. Parker, who is IFLI heads of talent management. Hence Parker suggested IFLI to link up employee career growth or career progression according to their competency. Next, creation of new policy. Menon shared his thought with Parker that IFLI should develop a new policy of career progression which would be based on pay for performance and promote for potential. Under this new policy, employees would be rewarded for their performance and good work they had done in the previous year. Next, promotion and appraisal according to the new policy. The promotion of an employee to a higher level was depend on three criteria. First, the length of time employee had been of current role. Second, employee's performance in a current role. And third, whether employee had a competency to perform the challenges demanded by new role. Now my friend Tushita will continue.
Ritu,
Yes, ma'am.
Saurabh, please change this.
please go to the previous slide.
Okay.
You make the slide, this particular slide आपने बनाई है.
Yes, ma'am.
मुझे ये वर्ड एलिग्नेशन का मतलब डिक्शनरी वर्ड प्लीज ढूंढ के प्रेजेंटेशन खत्म होते तक टेक्स्ट करना.
Which word, ma'am?
एलिग्नेशन.
Okay, ma'am.
डिक्शनरी ढूंढ के लिटरल वर्ड चाहिए मुझे. ऑनलाइन डिक्शनरी में भी ढूंढ सकते हो. ठीक है, गो ऑन.
Thank you. Before Mr. Menon joined, IFLI organizational structure was divided into four bands, which were clustered into eight functions. However, later, Mr. Menon and the CSC team held meetings to define the competency indicators required by employees to be successful in their roles. Menon and the CST team focused on behavioral competencies because they know that the performance management system would capture the employee's performance. Now let us understand that what are behavioral competencies. Any behavior attributes like knowledge, leadership skills, technical know-how, etc. contribute to the development of an individual in the organization to take bigger roles is known as behavioral competency. Behavioral competence is pervasive in nature. It means it is not only restricted to top, middle, or lower level, but it also employs, it also attached to individuals at all the levels. Behavioral competencies is used for smooth transition of workflow within the organization. It is not only limited to career but one's personal as well. The behavioral competencies can be used by any individual to be successful in their upcoming career. Saurabh, please change the slide. Now, let us gather some information about the organizational structure and behavioral capabilities IFLI. First, it was divided into four core bands. First one is operational band, which has three core elements. First, planning and organization. It is essential for achieving goals and anticipating the hurdles of any organization. Second, achievement orientation. It is like an honest drive to exceed standard of excellence. Effective communication. It is a skill required for sending and receiving the desired information in the organization. Second, tactical. It has two components. First, analytical thinking. It is the capability of comprehending the problems and breaking it into smaller parts. Second, initiative. Initiative can be a challenge or opportunity for identification of taking any decision or action in the organization. Strategic band. It has three elements. First, strategic orientation. It is about identifying and uh, uh, it is about identifying the complex issues of any company or organization. Second, serving others. It is the passion for long-term learning. Third, impact and influence. It is the process to convince others for a specific target. Fourth band, leadership band, envisioning. It is the prediction about the market, industry, environment related factors, etc. Fostering collaboration. It is the understanding of different perspectives and working together as a team for achieving the common goals of any organization. Third, institution building. It means taking policies and actions within the company to create great place work for the employees. Now I will hand over the next slide to Saurabh.
Thank you, Sushita. Uh, Good afternoon, teachers. Now I would like to talk about alternative strategies. IFLI started using balance scorecard approach in the year 2015 instead of the bell curve system they were using before. With the balanced scorecard approach, the employees received the three feedback meetings. These meetings were scheduled one in each quarter. Employees were categorized into the three buckets according to their performance. First was growth quadrant, second was age quadrant, and third was development quadrant. In the growth quadrant, employee performed the job as instructed were categorized. The employee who performed beyond what they were expected were categorized in the Ace quadrant, and the employee who did not perform at the jobs they were instructed were categorized in the development quadrant. Mr. Menon decided to start a learning and development program with the coordination of public management system. With the help of this learning and development program, they could identify and address their employees about what they were lacking. Through this program, the PMS team would know the challenges that the employees were facing in their job, and they could recommend the specific L&D intervention by which the employee could develop the required efficiency. By the L&D intervention, they attempted to achieve both the balancing loop and the reinforcing loop. Balancing loops attempt to move the current state to a preferred state. In this case, the preferred state was achieving the maximum efficiency of the employees. And in reinforcing loop, a particular action creates an outcome that encourages more of the similar action, hence resulting in growth. Uh, Now, I like to talk about the capability development exercise. Mr. Menon developed 27 programs, which included communication for collaboration, developing a strategic mindset, analytical and decision-making skills, personal effectiveness, and action-oriented leadership. These programs were one day long each. The capability development exercises would help the employees in performing the current job and preparing them for future roles. Mr. Menon wanted to make one L&D program compulsory for each employee in the IFLI apart from the PMS. He shared his thought with Mr. Parker, and in response, Mr. Parker gave an idea to share the list of all 27 programs with the employees at the end of the year. Employees would need to sign up a single program from the list that were within their band, which could be which would need approval from the employee supervisor. And then the final approval will be given jointly by the functional head and the executive from the human capital function. The final approval was given after checking if the program was suitable for the employee or not. And like to call Sona Kumari to talk further about competency framework.
Okay, thank you so much, Saurabh. Now I will talk about competency framework. So there was according to Mr. Menon, there was a very strong need of two-way communication. That is, the employees are all, feedback was very important, and Mr. Praveen Menon also shared the views with uh, Miss Vishak. Is my voice echoing?
No,
Hello.
It's okay. Continue.
You are audible better.
The voice is cracking. Okay, so, I'm continuing.
No, it is okay. It
So,
is okay.
Mr. Menon thought new roles were very important and the list of competencies were made for the employees. The second point is transparency between employees about new roles. Okay, so this is about the all the employees, 1,400 employees should know, and the reach of the competency framework should be to everyone so that there is a transparent chain formation in between the seniors and senior executives and the junior ones. And the opinion was shared with the Think First leadership team, the team that was assigned for Vision 2020 for fulfilling their vision of 2020 of getting the IFLI into top 5. And so the opinions were shared about competency framework and every two-way communications, including the employees uh, with their capabilities. And after feedback from employees, institutionalized new framework. When the once the competency framework was shared with the employees, there was a strong need of getting back the views, that is feedback from the employees, and then it's institutionalized means establish the new framework. So now I would hand over the slide to the next.
My, my name is Anshu Kuju. Good afternoon, everyone. I will speak about challenges ahead. Clear description of new competency framework, as both Mr. Menon and Parker were not sure about how they should display the new framework to all 1400 employees. Lack of trust among employees on senior level executives may happen. Linking the competency framework with PMS, a certainty of acceptance of framework by employees. A certainty of communication may happen, as both Mr. Menon and Parker had never advanced such ideas before for entire company. Some concerns raised about employees losing their job, but Mr. Menon continued being positive. Now over to my friend Deepak.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I am here to recommend some points. First of all, all are, after reading this whole case, we all are here to recommend some points to top level management. First is appraisal in monetary terms. Like we all know, we all want money more than any appraisal. That's why the company top level management have to give appraisal in monetary terms, like they give their incentives in work after doing any work. The employees are doing their best after receiving money, after receiving appraisal in monetary terms. That's why company should have taken a step for giving monetary terms to the employees, because if we know in future we if we know if in future we are getting monetary incentives, then we push our all efforts and we put jargon efforts to achieve our targets and certain goals. And second is inclusion of employee suggestion for framing the policies of organization. I think that not personally, but we all think that taking advices from their lower level management helps to upgrade our level in market, because they know the market very proper. They know the market very proper way, because they are working in market. That why we think that top level management have to take advices from their lower level management, because sometimes it happens that the lower level management give best advices to the top level management for doing anything, or for doing anything in future. The third is they must be have taken longer time. I think that vision 2020, they take 5 years to their vision, but I think that if they give more time to their vision, like they give vision 2022 or 2023, they will definitely achieve their milestone, because we all know the current scenario. Because of COVID, they faces a long problems, but apart from COVID in past, they also faces problems because they changing their policies very rapidly. That's why the employees are facing so much problem to understand one policy or one target. We personally think that they should they should make their policy longer, or they make their vision longer. And fluctuating policies, I am here to fluctuating policies, like we all, because of the rapidly changes in policies, employees are facing too much problems for understanding one policy. After 1 or 2 weeks they change their policies for achieving their milestone, but because of this thing, the employees are facing too much problem, because they think that we are at top level management and we give orders to lower level management, but it's not in practical life. It's not possible to give order and to to implement all these things, I think I think that they can make the policy for longer time, like 1 week, 1 month or 2 months. After that, they can't give any return. After that, they can change. But in this case, they are changing daily. They are changing their policies at daily basis. And after the last point, employees' performance should be evaluated at the time of training. After providing training session to their employees, they should have been evaluate the performance of their employees, because of this thing they know what the because of this thing they easily evaluate the performance of their employees. Because and after giving training, there are many employees they can't put their efforts to achieve their targets. But after evaluate the training session, they think that after giving the evaluate the training session, they gives or evaluate the proper training session for employee for increasing the employees performance. In the end I would wind up the topic, and thank you. That's from all of our side.